with special emphasis on sobriety support meetings and meditations. Cordova's Sobriety Celebration is more than a casual reminder of the benefits of freedom from alcohol. It is a time when all are reminded neighbors upstream and down current of 100 miles or more are not so far away. The celebration has come to harbor revival of Alaskan indigenous culture, subsistence lifestyle, shared spiritual awakening and healing. Less than 50 years ago, native cultures were still submerged in assimilation of white culture. But now, a new generation is growing up out of the shadow, strong in tradition. Lydia Henry from Juneau area Kiskiyu dancers is the mother of the youngest dance member, 2-month-old Sophia.
Her name's Sophia. This is her first performance. It's going to be the next song later. We went to Celebration in Juneau this June, and it was funny, all the drums going and stuff. She was in my tummy, and she's just moving all over the place, hearing all the drums. But when the drums would stop, she would stop. When the drums start going again, she'd start moving all over. It was pretty neat. So I knew she'd be all right with the drums.
This year's Sobriety Celebration offered many events to the whole community with a posting of the colors by veterans, heartfelt speeches, youth dances, and a candlelight vigil in remembrance of those who have passed. At the yoga table, supplies were put out for people to create peace flags. Mount Eccles elementary school student Selma Hauk expressed sentiment on her flag enjoyed by many. Stop the war, save the animals, and eat some pie. Native dance is the Sobriety Celebration highlight for many. Otna, Eyak, Aleut, Tlingit, Haida, Tsimshian regalia in traditional style reflects richness of design distinctive by culture, clan, and individual inspiration. Abalone nose rings, bejeweled and painted paddles, and octagon drums created spectacle. With hundreds of hours in beating and sewing, dancers glittered like fish scales, some flashed like baleen. Each dance group, though diverse, also carried predominant clan emblems. Killer whale, raven, salmon, frog, owl, eagle, all made appearance. Many dancers became the animals in spiritual imbuement. Dramatic use of mask and symbolic props accentuates stories in songs and original language. Some songs had immediate purpose, as young men, their mothers hovering, escaped and danced into the audience, searching for agreeable females in tradition of potlatch exchange.
Our next song will be the potlatch song, Sai Rekashia.
In recent times of cultural revival, songs have been relearned in a process of gifting from one clan to another and one culture to another. Songs carry stories through time. The newest songs, just a few years old, the oldest, 1,000 years. The audience learned from Kiskiyu and Mount St. Elias dancers. From the memories of elders, some songs were carried secretly through years when culture was forbidden. The imperative of healing, sharing, and support in grief was made clear on the last day when heavy black face paint in intensity of mourning was donned by Mount St. Elias dancers and others, as the news that Yakutat had lost a 12-year-old to suicide the night before was announced. The entire audience stood as one for the mourning song, and the dancers' exit song was a thunderous display of unity for everyone. Tables were heaped with food from a small army of cooks, and before potlatch dinner was over, not ready to call it quits with this year's celebration, the Otna children changed from regalia to the powder blue celebration t-shirts and leaped to the top of the bleachers to beat drums and chant mightily. The song ended. Then across the gym, the older dancers from Cake and Juneau, octagon drums, whale, raven, and humpy salmon, stood and answered in song. And as the music receded, like the tide coming in, the Mount St. Elias dancers gathered and sang at the south end of the gym. Upon finishing, the young Otna heritage dancers struck up again, louder than ever as one voice, drums reverberating with strong heartbeat cadence that remains imprinted in body memory for days after. For KCHU in Cordova, this is Carolyn Roseberry.